It looks like another one bites the dust. I'm starting to think that the Real Housewives of Atlanta is cursed at this point because Kenya Moore has been fired from the Bravo show. And you better believe we're going to talk about it, okay? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button and also like this video. It helps me get into the YouTube algorithm. Join the conversation and let your voice be heard because I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on this story and what's going down with Kenya Moore down in Atlanta, okay? And last but not least, if you want to join the Damien After Dark movement and help us sustain and grow this podcast, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. I'll also post my Amazon wish list down there for those that choose to take that route. Now, if you've been watching my videos, listening to my podcast, you'll know we've been talking about the whole Kenya Moore saga, the whole Kenya Moore of it all, everything that's been going on down in Atlanta, right? We know that a new cast member has joined the show by the name of Brittany Edie. We know that Bravo has been trying to reboot the show. They're trying to put new life into the show and freshen it up by bringing these 3 new girls onto the scene and onto season 16, what they called Sweet 16. But so far, this season ain't starting off so sweet because we know that Kenya is already in hot water. We talked about her hazing her new fellow housewife, Brittany Edie. We know that Kenya loves to haze a new housewife, right? We've watched it from the beginning, from her very first season. Anybody new that comes on, Kenya's gonna poke at them. It's almost like, when you go to school, it's like that mean girl that's gonna fuck with the new girl. She's that girl. Love her, hate her, whether you think she's entertaining, whether you think you don't, whether you think she's not entertaining, whatever. She has lost that Bravo paycheck, okay? Because of the whole revenge PORN. We know that Kenya had the grand opening of her hair salon, her hair spa. I still don't even know really what it is that Kenya opened up because they say that you can't even get your hair done there. That's just what the streets are saying. They saying allegedly that you can't even get your hair done. You go there and your appointments get canceled. You go there and ain't nobody in the chairs getting their hair done. I don't know if this was just a thing for the show. I don't know if this was a vanity thing for Kenya. I mean, surely she's not just opening a salon for the hell of it. That's a lot of money, right? But she did open this salon in hopes for it to be on the show, right? For it to be on the show, for people to see it, for it to be promoted, only for you now to be fired, girl. You've lost your job for some bullshit. Now, this Kenya's grand opening of her salon, spa, whatever, was filmed for the show, for season 16. They are in the early stages of filming, right? First month of filming. And her spa salon opening was, one of the first all-cast events. If not the first all-cast event. It might be the first. And Brittany Edie, the newest housewife, was there in attendance. Contrary to what some reports are saying. Some reports are saying that Brittany was not in attendance, but according to people who were there, I know some people that were there who were saying that Brittany was in fact there when this revenge PORN was displayed. Now, speaking of it being revenge PORN, I heard that these photos were photos that were on her OnlyFans from years ago. I don't know if she had an OnlyFans, allegedly. I heard that, that's why Kenya is saying she's innocent and that she didn't release revenge PORN because she's saying that these images were already out there. She was just trying to embarrass the girl at the party. Bad move, regardless. I'm not defending it. I think it was wrong all the way around. I think some things just go too far. And whose idea was this? Like, really? And here's the thing. Kenya's being fired. However, I'm like, are the producers being fired too? Because I don't care what nobody says, and I'm not casting blame on producers, and I'm not trying to defend Kenya because what she did was wrong. However, the cast member is always the one that's to blame and to be thrown under the bus, when I feel like the producers should also probably be let go and be fired because they knew what was going on. They knew before Kenya got up there in front of that crowd and took that poster board out with Brittany on it. They knew that she was going to do that. They knew it. They know things like that before. They're not just, oh my God, I can't believe they knew. So are they being held accountable too, Bravo? I'm just saying. Now let's read this article according to People Magazine. This is hot off the press. It just came out like a couple hours ago. Now it says People Magazine can confirm that Kenya Moore won't return to the series Real Housewives of Atlanta. Cast members were told the news on Tuesday, June 25th. It's a decision that sources close to production tell People came from the network, though TMZ, who was first to report the news, said Moore mutually agreed to take a break from the series. See? So TMZ originally reported that it was a mutual decision, right? Now TMZ is, they like this with Bravo. They got a relationship with Bravo. So I think that Bravo was originally going to try to spin it like they did with Candy, like they did with other housewives. Oh, I'm taking a break. We agreed to split. No, don't let the blogs fool y'all. Don't let Kenya fool y'all. Kenya is not walking away from this show. They did not come to a mutual agreement for her to walk away. They fired her. They let her go. Bravo is already in hot water with a ton, with I don't want to say a ton, but different lawsuits, different accusations. Some of them in sexual nature, sexual themes, things like that. So the last thing they want is to be attached to something like this. Cast members, because cast members have came forward before and said that these work environments on these shows are toxic and can, that and people have claimed that sexual things have happened on these sets. So now you got a cast member who's kind of substantiating what some of these people have complained about with these toxic work environments. So Bravo's like, okay, we got to distance ourselves. That's what I think. Only because of the time period we're living in now, right? Now, had this been Real Housewives of Atlanta season 3, 4, or 5, had this been Kenya's first season on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't know if she would have been fired or let go. I think it's because of the climate that we're in. I think we're in a lot more sensitive climate now where you have to be careful of what you say and what you do. And also because of the lawsuits and the things that they're going through, I think Bravo is like, we got to back up. We got to chill with this. We got to let Kenya go. I am curious to see how that's going to play out on the show. Are they just going to edit her out completely? Are they going to edit all her scenes out? Are they going to give her an exit on the show? If they do, like, is she going to be on the first few episodes and then they're going to, like, how is her exit going to be? Kenya no longer returned after the, I don't know. I'm just very curious to see how this plays out, because I don't think a housewife has ever really been fired during filming. If anybody has, y'all chime in the comments and let me know, but I'm pretty sure I don't think a housewife has ever been fired during filming before. So this is very interesting. Now, People Magazine says that, TMZ's insiders also claim that Kenya is exploring her legal options because she's not happy with how this is all unfolding, which should further prove that this was not a mutual decision. Kenya exploring her legal options, allegedly, and her being upset just further proves that she was fired, she was let go. This was not something that she wanted. It was not a mutual decision like some of these reports are saying. She's mad right now. She's mad, rightfully so in a way. Like, I mean, she dug her own grave because you're a grown woman, Kenya. At the end of the day, production didn't force you to do anything and you should know better. But at the same time, like on the flip, I can see Kenya feeling like, well, damn, y'all knew, we had a plan. Y'all know, production, y'all knew what I was going to do before I went in here. And now you're letting me hang out to dry. But yeah, that's how it goes. That's Hollywood. That's the industry. And they've done it to others. They've done it to your fellow, look at Nene. Look how they did Nene. Look how they've done others. And speaking of Nene, when Nene was being phased out, Kenya said it on Watch What Happens Live. I feel like, they're giving her less and less episodes. I feel like they're phasing her out of the show. You were sitting on your high horse on Watch What Happens Live, Kenya, only for Nene to say in an interview with E.T. later. Thank you, Michelle Brown, AT Alien. I saw this on your video. Nene said in an interview with E.T. years ago that Kenya would be the demise of RHOA. Nene said that Kenya would be the demise of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, is this the demise of the show? No, but it was definitely the demise of her career on the show because I don't think she'll ever be back. Now, People magazine says that a rep for More and a rep for Bravo did not immediately respond to People's request for comment, but the former Miss USA appeared to address the news on X, formerly known as Twitter. Quote, Team Twirl forever. You are the best fans anyone could ever ask for, and I love you all so very much, she wrote. Always and forever. Now, it says, news of the reality star's unceremonious exit from RHOA comes after she was suspended indefinitely from filming for allegedly unveiling explicit pictures of new cast member Brittany Edie. The pictures, which sources previously told People that were shown while the Bravo cameras were rolling on Thursday, June 6th at the grand opening of her new Kenya Moore hair spa, showed Edie performing oral sex on an unnamed male. Edie was not in attendance at the spa when the snapshots were revealed. Now, see, People magazine is saying this too, but that's not true. They're saying that Brittany was not in attendance at the hair spa when these photos were revealed. But according to people that were there, she was there. Now, maybe Brittany was there and she left before the pictures were shown. I don't know, but she was in attendance at the hair spa that night. We know that much. Now, they go on to say that at the time, an insider told People that Moore was retaliating after Edie allegedly threatened her co-star using the word G-U-N. Pow pow. Can't say that word on YouTube, but y'all know. However, a second source close to production disputed that, saying that, quote, at no time was Kenya ever threatened with a weapon, nor was there ever a weapon present during the course of production. An investigation was launched by Bravo to look into the incident. The results, sources say, are what led to Moore's exit. So that makes me wonder. I totally lost my train of thought there. Anyway, let me finish reading this. But an insider insists to People on Tuesday, June 25th, that the threat was real. Quote, Kenya was concerned for her safety. That is the truth, the source says. Never for 1 second did Kenya feel like she was being taken seriously for her fears. It's unfair. So, Kenya is apparently saying, this is retaliation. Her unveiling these photos was retaliation for Brittany Edie threatening to pow her. But, Bravo allegedly did an investigation and they claimed that, they couldn't substantiate that. They claimed that there were no weapons around. I feel like it's a little bit of a stretch, Kenya, because I doubt this girl was going to pull out a GUN and pow you. I really doubt that was going to happen. It seems like a victim mentality, and I like Kenya. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like a team this person or team that person. I really like Kenya. I've always liked her. I think she's great for the show. I think she's beautiful. I think she brought a lot to the show. However, it seems like victim mentality to me because you were not concerned for your safety. Come on. If this girl did, let's say the girl did say, I will pow pow you. Really? People say shit all the time, but like, I could see if it was a random stranger on the street, but this is somebody that Bravo is hired. That's you know, your employee. Y'all are on a show. Y'all are working. Y'all are going to talk shit to one another. Just like somebody saying they'll beat your ass, but they probably wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now, this article on People, I think they got something else wrong because they say that Kenya exits Real Housewives of Atlanta as the franchise's longest running peach holder. I don't think that's true either. Isn't Candy the longest running peach holder? Yeah, Candy's been on longer than Kenya, so that's not true either, People Magazine. Y'all dropped the ball with that. They go on to say the show has recently faced a long production gap and a major casting shakeup, with seeing the exits of other mainstay cast members, including Candy Burris, Sheree Whitfield, Marlo Hampton, Sonia Richards Ross, and now Kenya. So we've lost 5 cast members from last season. Who would have thought that Drew Sidora would be the only cast member left standing from last season? If y'all had told me this time last year that Drew's going to be the only housewife standing next season, I would have looked at you and said, you're lying. There's no way. But look at Drew now. The last one standing. Then the last peach standing. Look at you, Drew. Well, Portia's there too. But my thing now is, are y'all going to be able to hold this show together? Portia? And I love me some Portia. But are you going to be able to hold, are you going to be able to be the force multiplier? Are you going to be able to be that OG, that girl that holds the group together? Because here's the thing, we need a villain. We need somebody who's going to not be afraid to go in there and stir shit up. We need somebody who's not going to be afraid to go in there and ask the hard questions or say the things that others may not want to say. And I feel like that was Kenya. Yeah, Portia's entertaining and she can get in there, but Portia's not, I don't think she has that nastiness, that villain in her that Kenya had. Maybe one of these 3 new girls can bring it. I don't know. Angela Oakley, we've heard of her. You know, I haven't really heard much from her since filmings began. It seems like Brittany Eady and the other girl, what's the other one's name? I forget the other one's name. The one that owns a restaurant. It seems like they're going to be the 2 newer ones to watch. And you know what? We are being robbed of Portia and Kenya watching their friendship. We know that Portia and Kenya have had a long history of ups and downs in their relationship, more so downs. We know they were enemies for the longest, and then, you know, they both had children and we've seen them bond. And from what we saw this season so far, pictures of them together, they've been having a great time. They were going to be the new freaking frack of this season, and I was really interested to see how this season was going to play out with Portia and Kenya being friends on there with these new girls. You know, I feel like it was going to be OGs versus new girls in a way. But now, Kenya, you just kind of ruined it for us all, including yourself. And Kelly Farrell was that other girl's name. Kelly Farrell and Britt Eady are going to be the 2 new girls to watch. Angela Oakley, she's the ex-wife. She's the wife of NBA, ex-NBA star Charles Oakley. But I don't think she's really said much. I don't think we've heard much for her. Now, we know Shamia's there. But again, we haven't heard shit from Shamia either, because Shamia's not going to bring anything that Shamia hasn't already brought in the last few seasons that she's been on. I don't understand Shamia being a full-time housewife, and I will never understand that, Bravo. Make it make sense. There's got to be something that Bravo has on Shamia, or that they know, or something that they want. I don't know, Bravo. I'm trusting in you on this casting decision. I don't know if there's something that y'all know that y'all are hoping comes out with Shamia, and that's why y'all wanted to cast her so bad, but I'll just never understand that. Now, Cynthia's also there as a friend of. It makes me wonder, with Kenya being gone now, does that mean a full-time position opens up? Does that mean now that Kenya's gone, we have a full-time spot opening? Cynthia's there as a friend, but I don't know if we need to see Cynthia as a full-time housewife. I don't think we need to see Cynthia as a full-time housewife. I think Cynthia suits a friend of role perfectly. And I think she even said she doesn't want to be a full-time housewife because of the schedule and the stress that comes with it. Being a friend of, you can just kind of like pop in and out. There's not as much stress, but at the same time, you can promote yourself and promote your brand. I could see the benefits of being a friend of. Um, I think that instead of promoting a friend of or something like that, I think they should just bring in a new girl. They want to reboot the show anyway. Bring in a new girl, and we can have Portia, Drew, Shamia, and Cynthia as those four familiar faces, and then we can have Kelly, Angela, Britt, and another new girl as the four new faces. That's my opinion. We're still early on in filming. They just started filming in May, so they can go ahead and bring a new girl in. Go ahead, start filming with her, get her in the group, get her in the mix, and add her into the show. What do y'all think about this? Are y'all sad to see Kenya go, or are you glad? Do you think that this is Kenya's karma for her behavior over the years, or do you think that Bravo is going a little too hard on her and they should give her a second chance? I don't know. I think that they should have let her finish out filming, because this is the thing. This is the reality of it, right? This is the real. This is what happened. This is what Kenya did. In real life, it would have to be addressed. The group would discuss it. They would talk about it. I think that Kenya should stay on the show for the remainder of the season. They already paid her a chunk. Why not get your money's worth? Have her finish out, her contract, finish out her season, have her address this and face it at the reunion. Let Andy ask her the tough questions, and then don't ask her back next season. That's the way that way I feel like we can get some closure from it all, and we can really get a full picture. We can get Kenya's side of the story. We can get Britt's side of the story. We can get everybody that was their side of the story. And this could have been a central storyline. This could have been the main storyline of the season that we follow. But instead, now y'all are going to scrap all this. You're going to fire Kenya and start from the drawing board? And what are y'all going to talk about? Where's the drama? What's going on? What's the tea? Child, I don't know. It just looks like things are not shaping up for Atlanta. Bravo, let me tell you what y'all need to do. Go ahead and call our girl Nene up. Make it right with Nene. Get the numbers, get the contract written up, make things right. Bring our girl back. And let's go. It's that simple, Bravo. Okay? That's why y'all show ain't doing no good, because you took the secret recipe out of the sauce. And we need that secret recipe because that ain't tasting right, baby. And it ain't tasted right ever since y'all took the secret recipe out. Leave me your thoughts and opinions on Kenya Moore getting fired from Bravo and the Real Housewives of Atlanta in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please click that subscribe button and like this video. That helps me get into the algorithm. And if you want to donate to the channel and help us grow and sustain this podcast, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. I'll also post my Amazon wish list for anybody that chooses to take that route. Thank you guys so much for watching, for listening, for supporting me. I appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. And we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. Don't forget to listen to the Damien After Dark podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and right here on YouTube. See ya.